Okay. So something happened. On April 20th, we went to go get our vaccines. April 18th, that's Sunday, I had an event and went out, filmed it, easy as, just normal. I always stay masked up. I always stay kind of away from people when I'm out when I'm out. Basically, April 18th was a Sunday. I had gone to an event and I covered the whole thing, and I was there maybe for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Monday, stayed home, didn't do anything. Tuesday, we had the vaccine, our first dose. This is where it kind of gets tricky. So that Tuesday morning, I woke up with kind of like a scratchy throat, some allergies, and kind of like a little cough. It kind of felt a little weird. And the only thing that I can think of what happened was we slept with the fan on, and I had like I had my shirt off, so it was kind of cold in there, so it kind of like screwed me up. And it's happened before, that's why it's like, oh, it must have been that. We got the first dose, and it was fine. It was a little scary. I was there, and then they pricked me, and I was like, huh? Around like 5 or 6, I started to feel like a little weird on my arm. And around the time when I came back, I started kind of feeling like a little rush of like of kind of like an emotion type of feel. But I had kind of like a feverish type of thing. Still had the cough, still had the allergies, and I kind of just like wrapped my head around a shirt, like kind of like this. And I was kind of like, I was just there trying to go to sleep, and I was like kind of wheezing a little bit, and it was just kind of felt, like I was getting sick, but it also kind of felt like the vaccine, or what I've heard about the vaccine when people say, oh, I got this and this is what I've had, like those types of symptoms. And that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I woke up and I pretty much was only awake for like maybe 6 hours throughout the day. Like I was up, dropped off Ashley at work, came back, fell asleep throughout the whole day. I picked her up, came back home, we took a nap, woke up, ate, fell asleep, and then I woke up Thursday like morning like at 7:30, and I was like back to normal, like if nothing ever happened, like if I wasn't sick. So I was like, oh, that was just the vaccine. I thought it was like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. It said it sucked for that day that I was kind of feverish, but the next day I just slept all day and it was fine. So I was like, oh, that was the vaccine. Fuck it. That's how it worked. And then all of a sudden, Ashley started to feel a little weird, and we were kind of like, like that's kind of different, but it's whatever. It's just a little cough. And then we were gonna have our goddaughter. We're gonna have our niece come over for the weekend, and Ashley was like, you should try to get tested today. It was Friday morning. So I got tested, and then the event for the East of the River event was on that Sunday, and I was super excited for it. Lo and behold, we got the results on Saturday. Ashley wasn't feeling the best. She woke up kind of groggy. Later on that Saturday, around, I don't know, like 10 a.m., I got the results, and it said positive. And I've taken this test maybe like, I don't know, 8 to 10 times throughout the whole like last year, and it's always said negative. So seeing the actual word that says positive, it was kind of trippy, and I was just like, no way, like this is insane. So now immediately, shit, we got to get Ashley tested. So we make an appointment, we go get tested again for her sake. For me, I was kind of like, to say I was skeptical about the whole thing, but I was kind of like, where the fuck did I get it? And it was in my head, I was like, fuck, where did I get it? Like, how would I have gotten it? I'm always masked up, so where would I have gotten this? And yeah, just the wondering is the thing that I was just like, what the fuck? Like, where could I have gotten it? We want to go get tested, and I was kind of hoping, like, I was like, no, maybe it was a false positive. Maybe it was just a false positive. We got the results on Sunday. Turns out we are positive. Ashley was positive as well. And we're just like, kind of like, fuck, that kind of sucks. And we were kind of like, we had food, and we were kind of like, okay, like, let's figure this out and see how we're going to do it. And at this point, I was already kind of feeling a little better. And whatever, we're getting back to the whole swing of things. And Ashley kind of started feeling a little shitty, but she was still kind of, up and about. Throughout this whole time, Ashley's family were fucking saints. Like her stepmom, her dad, her mom, her aunt, her cousin, her sisters, everybody was calling frequently, asking her, is she okay? Did she need anything? And a few of them actually came by and dropped stuff off. And we were so grateful for them. We thank you so much if you're watching this. They were dropping off Gatorades. They were dropping off food. They dropped off soup. They dropped off a bunch of stuff. And I am so grateful because I felt so helpless being like the one that got you sick, and then like I'm not even feeling sick, like I'm just feeling fine, and I'm just here kind of just not doing I can't do anything. We were here at home for about 3 weeks. I think about 3 weeks, almost felt like a month, but I think we were here about 3 weeks, and literally it's kind of like now I'm talking about it, now it kind of feels like a blur, and I can't really say dates on what happened exactly on what days, where she was okay and then she would kind of go down, but then she'd be okay again, and then she'd kind of go down. And the second time she went, like, her health started going down. That one was the worst part. That was the worst time. She had pretty much everything except for the breathing differently. Like, she wasn't really like wheezing like how the main factor or main symptom of COVID is. It was just so tough to hear her, and pretty much the whole time I was kind of feeling okay, and we'd wake up every day and we'd ask each other how we are, and like she'd always ask me, how are you? And I'm like, I'm great, because it was true. I was feeling fine, and I felt great. Like, I felt fine, I felt normal, and it just felt so weird being locked up and not being able to go outside when she was just super shitty and just felt terrible. It was kind of like a whirlwind of like certain symptoms were certain days, and then the other symptoms nothing, or not so bad. I think it was last weekend around Friday to Sunday. That was the one that was the worst, where she wouldn't be able to sleep. She wasn't sleeping well. She was coughing a lot. She just had all these like mixed symptoms going on at the same time. And it was kind of tough just watching her kind of like, in a sense, kind of like slowly dying. Like, she was like, I propped her up on the bed, and like sometimes she wouldn't want to get up out of the bed, and I would have to tell her like, come on, get up, let's kind of move your body around, just so it can kind of get back into the motion of like normal things, and she wouldn't be able to. That weekend was the toughest one because she was just getting worse, and we never had really thought about like going to the hospital, and to me it was just like, once we go to the hospital, it's like shittier or whatever. They're like, it's gonna get worse, or she's gonna have to stay, and it just gets a little scary. But basically, that Monday after the weekend, I think that Sunday or something, I had stayed up, and I was just like, she wasn't sleeping. She didn't sleep for the past 2 days. I had stayed up, and I was just watching Ashley, kind of like, I was just making sure she slept because she wasn't sleeping. So I stayed up for like 4 extra hours just to make sure she slept at least those 4 hours, and then I could sleep. And then, yeah, that Monday happened. That Monday we woke up, and fuck, was it last Monday? Holy crap. So she woke up still feeling the same, and I was just so like, we were so over it, and we were just like, damn it, like, if this continues to happen, like if it happens one more day, like we're gonna have to go to the hospital. And the whole talk throughout the weekend was like me asking her, like, should we go? And we don't have insurance. We don't have health insurance, so we're kind of like, fuck, like if we go, like we don't know what to do and how to do stuff, and it was just kind of a whole thing. Luckily, Mezcal called me, and he was like, so because he had gone through it in December, kind of like the whole thing, and he kind of told me of like, no, the hospital is probably the best way to go, and it's kind of scary, but you should get her to do this and this and this. And like, we went outside for the first time. She kind of got some sun, and she started kind of turning a corner, and it was kind of like, like every morning, I would wake up first, and then I would kind of like try to do some work, hopefully. And then after that, I would like, she'd kind of wake up and do the wake up noises, and I would be like, kind of hoping, like I hope she's better. I hope today is the day that she's like, oh, I feel better now. And she woke up, hey, and then I was like, fuck, like she's fucking, like she's bad again. Shit. It's so weird how it felt, because it was like, I'm waiting for her to wake up, and when she wakes up, I find out that's gonna be a good day or a bad day. And when it would be a bad day, I'd be like, shit, the whole day is ruined. The whole day is gonna be bad. Fuck. And by Thursday, she was kind of like pretty okay. Like she still had some symptoms, she still had coughs and stuff, and we were just felt a little bit better. And throughout the weekend, she got a lot better, and she was pretty much back to normal already. The whole situation is just freaking scary, and yeah, it was just fucking insane how it happened, how we got it, how I got it. Luckily, we didn't see anybody else those few days. No one else got sick around us. It's just, you know, it's a different situation. A lot of people have different situations on how they got COVID and how they dealt with it and what symptoms they had and stuff. Actually wanted it to really get these points across, that it wasn't the vaccine. It was, we just got COVID. It sucks that like we had gotten the vaccine around the same time, so that kind of sucks that we had like a whole year that we were okay up until the last point to where we got the vaccines, and we were like about to be like right at the finish line, and then we just got it. So we've been home for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and today is the first day back. And yeah, I kind of just didn't want to continue on vlogging without saying my story, our story, and saying what happened to us. And it was a whole thing, man. It was freaking crazy. It was scary, and it was just it sucked. And I'm so happy that she's back to normal. And it was terrible just seeing her kind of like emotionless, and like she's so full of like life and like the stuff that she does and her faces that she makes, and like the little things that she does is just like, damn, it sucks that I didn't get to see that. And she wasn't present. She was present, but she wasn't there. But it's freaking terrible. It sucked. COVID sucks, man. Stay safe, stay masked up, stay hand sanitized, wash your hands and all that stuff. You never know who has it, what has it. If you touch anything, has it. Who knows? Basically, stay safe out there. Yeah, just fucking stay safe. My name is Mighty Muns. Hope you guys liked the video. If you guys like it, please drop a like, thumbs up, whatever. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. Yeah, it's scary. COVID's scary, but there's an upside. You'll get better, hopefully. And yeah, I'm still new to this, so I'll see you guys later.